cricket, volleyball, athletics. It's the mother of all sports show.
It's sports on Eagles Wings with Vicky weekdays from 8 a.m. with the real sport. Sports on Eagles Wings. Sportstainment at its finest.
The vibe is about to be lit. Don't you just love good music? I know you do. I don't really care if you're older. On Eagles 102.3 FM.
For so long, you've been silenced. We have just found your voice. Take it. Use it.
You assess Nigerians before we become politicians or before you become a member of any political party. The kind of things that happen in Nigeria, it's so obnoxious that if God looks down from heaven, you realize that we are really paying for our sins.
Speak your truth and be heard on the Eagles Morning Rise, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eagles 102.3 FM, your radio experience you can count on.
We had to call a quick timeout to catch our breath. Woo. Now, back to sports. It's
Eagles 102.3.
Trinic from no kind of range just put it over the bar.
No, you're still there. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to you. Can you hear me, please, loud and clear?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear, please.
Okay, I'm truly sorry. I have to really apologize. I would have, settled this before we got to the studio. I just had a little hitch, and I thank God that you are available for me this morning. Thank you very much for joining me this morning on the show.
Good morning. Thank you very much for having me.
Okay, please, you just hold on for a bit, and definitely we'll get back to this discussion. Okay. That's our guest waiting and is available for us this morning. But meanwhile, let's give you some of the sporting news that we are tracking at this time. Well, it is still more gold medal for Nigeria. They clinched 2 more medals yesterday at the track and field event, and it was a massive one for Team Nigeria as they look set to retain the second position, but it's still going to be a tough one for them because the light of South Africa and Algeria alongside Tunisia coming from behind to make sure that they snatch that second position. But meanwhile, Team Egypt are still in the forefront, basking in the euphoria that they are still leading with the gold medal and a total medal of over 160 so far won. That's a combination of the gold, the silver, and the bronze medal. Away from Team Nigeria, let's go straight to Marrakesh, where probably the Super Eagles of Nigeria are getting up to take on the Black Stars of Ghana in one of the friendly matches arranged by the Nigerian Football Federation. Yes, the team will be led by the assistant coach Finidi George, and this will be his first assignment on interim basis as he leads the Super Eagles of Nigeria Stars of Ghana tomorrow, and also they will take on the Eagles of Mali. That will be on Tuesday next week. So let's see how it will be for Finidi George, and he also is vying for that position of the head coach of the Super Eagles. With this wealth of experience, let's see what happens. He's also the coach of the People's Elephant Eyimba International. Now let's also go straight to the camp of the Falconet as they are getting up. It is war for war, leg for leg, body for body as they take on the ladies from Ghana. That's the host nation in the gold medal. That's talking about the final of the women's event of the ongoing All African Games. Yesterday we talked on the show where the Minister of Sport himself, that's John Ewan Eno, encouraged the girls to to go all out, not to do like the boys who failed to get to the finals as they lost to Senegal. But also the coach, Danjuma, Danjuma, was also on the show yesterday looking and encouraging the girls, saying that we are champions of Africa and we can go ahead to do the needful. Well, it is an international break, no games this weekend for the league game, but looking ahead of the weekend game, we have our own guest on the show as he's waiting for us to see how we can talk about something. I wouldn't want to say it's serious, but at the same time, it is serious. Knowing fully well that we as sport fans prefer to watch the other games in Europe, and in their wisdom, they decide to conduct a poll to look at how Nigerians watch the other games in Europe, prefer the other games in Europe than our own league in Nigeria. Like I said earlier, he's already standing by, and I know he is ready. Yes, he's the head of polling center of Noipos. Yes, Noipos, and in the person of Chidi Akubwe. Chidi, it's nice to really have you on the show this morning, and thanks for your patience also.
Thank you very much. Good morning, Abuja.
Okay, it is good to have you. Now, let's go straight to the polls conducted by your center. And there must be a reason why you decided to conduct this poll. And Abuja would like to know why. And let's share this thought together.
Yeah, okay. Thank you very much. NOI polls as the number one for country-specific polling and research organization, and we conduct various polls of socio-economic and political surveys. We've conducted this poll to measure the opinions of Nigeria regarding the English Premier League and the Nigerian Premier League. And we've actually been conducting this poll for quite a long time now. We just assess people's views on and try to gauge the followership of the Nigerian Premier League as well as the English Premier League. Yeah, that's just the main background behind this particular poll, and also just aside the usual socio-economic issues and challenges that we conduct survey on. We still want to find out views of Nigeria on other social aspects like football followership and whatnot. Yeah.
Okay, you've talked about the English Premier League and the Nigerian League, but most of our fans, many of them will also tell you that we have our followers. They even prefer other leagues. Like we have 5 top leagues in Europe, in which the English Premier League is there. We have the Spanish La Liga, the Italian Serie A, and the Dutch League. But why particular about the English league? Though according to what I'm seeing here, we still have the Spanish La Liga, which is there, but why particular about the English league and the Nigerian league?
Okay, really, we have a Nigerian Premier League and we have an English Premier League. Wanted to find out from the viewers where we wanted to know where the most fan base is, which of the league, whether Premier League or Nigerian Premier League, which of them Nigerians are most interested in. And we had asked a question. One of the questions we asked, which football league do you follow? We purposely did not state maybe Africa or Europe. We just said, which football league do you follow? Surprisingly, 59% of the respondents, adult respondents in Nigeria, across the country, across the 6 geopolitical zones. It covers the 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory. And 59% indicated that they follow the English Premier League, while 8% said the Spanish La Liga, 2% Nigerian Premier League, 1% said the Italian Serie A, and another 1% said French League. However, unfortunately, 29% say they don't follow any of the league. But it is surprising to note that while we have Nigerian Premier League in the country, majority of adult Nigerians watch the English Premier League. They watch and follow the English Premier League.
Okay, still there?
Yes. So we for those that actually didn't measure, for 41% aggregate of those who did not actually mention the English Premier League, we went further to ask them specifically, just to probe, do you follow the English Premier League? And out of the 41%, 20% of them said yes, they also follow the despite the fact that they follow other leagues like Spanish La Liga, French League One, and the Italian Serie A and Nigerian Premier League. They also follow the English Premier League. And we went further to gauge fan base. Which English Premier League club do you support the most? The highest was Chelsea FC. 28% say that
they follow Chelsea.
They are fan. They're Chelsea fans. 23% mentioned Manchester United. 21% mentioned Arsenal. So the ranking is Chelsea has the most English Premier League fan base in Nigeria, followed by Manchester United, and then you have Arsenal. Now you have Liverpool. You have Manchester City with 7%, Liverpool FC with 6%, and Tottenham FC with 1%. Okay. So these are the opinions in terms of fan base in Nigeria, and to confirm this, when we conduct football surveys when we've conducted football surveys in the past, there have been never a time a Chelsea FC don't have the highest fan base in Nigeria, and of course we know that Chelsea FC has over the years engaged more African players than any other top league in the English Premier League.
Okay, now you've actually broken it down, looking at the percentage of those who watch various leagues, and you also broke it down for the percentage of those who support individual clubs in England. We'll still come to that, but let's look at those that don't watch football at all. Yes, according to the survey, you said, do you watch the English? Do you watch football? Yes, we know that for health reasons, some don't even bother trying to watch football at all. But according to your statistics here, it said that 67% of adult Nigeria do watch football, and 33% don't even watch football at all when it comes to adult male. I don't know how you can put that together.
Yes, that was a screener question, just to ensure that the respondents are aware of what they are talking about. The first question we had asked them is, do you watch football? And 67% indicated yes, that they watch football, and 33% said no, that they don't watch football. And it is not surprising to have 33%. 33% is quite huge when you consider the adult population in Nigeria. Yes. However, when you deep dive into the demographics, you will see that majority of the respondents in this particular within those who are majority of the respondents are female respondents. So you can actually know why we have 33% who do not follow football.
Okay, now let's come back to the polls, and let's look at the Nigerian Premier Football League. According to the polls, 2% of Nigerians from the whole country, 36 states including Abuja, just 2% watch the Premier League, or that's the Nigerian Premier League. Were there reasons for them to watch, and those that don't even watch at all? Do you actually ask if there are reasons they don't do that?
So these were the spontaneous. These were, like I mentioned to you before, these were the spontaneous reaction of spontaneous responses from Nigeria. However, we had actually probed further with regards to Nigerian Premier League. We also asked all respondents across the federation, we ensure that we ask them a specific question on the Nigerian Premier League, and we had asked every single person, do you follow the Nigerian, aside the 2% who mentioned spontaneously when we asked them the league that they follow. We specifically asked respondents, Nigerians, do you follow the Nigerian Premier League? And 34% actually said yes, they follow the Nigerian Premier League, and 66% said no. 60% is a lot. And we did not just stop there. We wanted to know why majority of Nigerians do not follow the Nigerian Premier League. And for those who followed, for the 34% who followed, their major reason why they follow the Premier League is because of patriotism. And I don't see patriotism as a reason why somebody should follow a Nigerian Premier League. And for those who do not follow, their top main reason is that it is not interesting and it is boring. So I think it is something that we all have to look at. How can we have a Nigerian Premier League and we have an English Premier League? That's 7 hours, about 8 hours flight from here, and we do not follow our Nigerian Premier League. We need to, I think it's something people in the glass house need to look into. Is there anything that we need to do for Nigerians to follow the Nigerian Premier League? I mean, the national stadium in Abuja is there. Do we go there every Saturday and Sunday to watch football? So these are the things those in the glass house need to look into and explore, and try to make the Nigerian Premier League as juicy as the English Premier League, so that we can at least be proud of our own Nigerian Premier League. And of course, you remember the win at home win syndrome in the Nigerian Premier League.
Exactly.
Is either the home team wins or the away team draw. And though recently we have had about 2 or 3, I think in the past few weeks we had about 2 or 3 teams who had gone away match and won their away match, but it is a really serious issue.
Okay, seriously, if we keep looking at this, a whole lot is involved in Nigerian football in terms of the nomenclature. It was once the MPFL. Now that's Nigerian Professional Football League. It was now changed to the Nigerian Premier Football League. It was the Nigerian Premier League nomenclature. And when it comes to getting sponsors, it's also a little bit difficult. Football hooliganism also has played a lot of role when it comes to hitches like this, especially in the north. Just we have a pocket few in the south, or probably in the southwest, especially. I think we had 1 or 2 in the southwest, but in the north, predominantly in Kano, Katsina, and in Gombe, we've had pocket of issues of football hooliganism that is part of this. But like you said, it's a whole lot. The NFF need to do more, and others like that. But now with this poll that is being conducted, you also looked at the possibility of the team that will win the Premier League. But before we ask that question, we also notice that despite the dominance, I repeat again, despite the dominance of Manchester City in the last 2-3 years, the percentage of Man City is very, very small. Yes, very, very small. I don't know the questions you throw out there concerning Man City and the percentage that is so low. It's
actually interesting to know that over the past 2, 3, 4, 5 seasons, Man City has actually pulled a lot of weight in the English Premier League, and despite that, the followership, the fan base in Nigeria is still not as high as anybody would expect. And it's all connected to the fact that I think Nigerians they see. They actually like it. They actually follow leagues that have more African-based players. For instance, if you look at the history of Chelsea, especially when Jose Mourinho came into Chelsea, the quality and the number of black players that had played for Chelsea, I think that's what they kind of associated with their own. For instance, John Mikel Obi, they felt that yes, this guy is our own, and then why would we not be fan? Why will we not be supporting Chelsea FC? You remember when I can't remember what was the coach that came into Arsenal and brought Kanu Nwankwo. That was when we witnessed an increase in the number in the fan base, in number of supporters, adult supporters of Arsenal in Nigeria. So I think it has to do with that. And currently, if you look at Manchester City, you will see that if you can actually count. You can hardly count the number of African players that are present. I think we need to associate with their own or something.
Okay, let's look at the business angle. Yes, let's look at the business angle because one of my callers actually called from Buari, and he was actually rooting that Chelsea should do everything possible to get to the top four because it's kind of a losing market because he owns a business, a viewing center over there, and it's kind of increase his revenue anytime Chelsea is involved in the in any of the game, not even the UEFA Champions League now. So you can imagine if Chelsea is in the UEFA Champions League or the Europa League or playing any of the game, he gets more revenue when Chelsea is playing. And from your report now, from the polls, it actually is going in line with what he's saying because Chelsea really have more. Yes, more of the followers in terms of percentage have more than even Man City that is presently and even Liverpool and even Arsenal that are in the top three of the English Premier League.
Exactly, and that's the same thing. That's the same thing that we are still looking at. When you look at a lot of Chelsea has a lot of it's difficult for you to support a particular team that have done well over the past years, especially during the days of DJ Drogba. Chelsea had consistently gone for the European UEFA Champions League games, and however, after the issue when the Russian war started and Abramovich had issue and all whatnot. When Abramovich left Chelsea, I think Chelsea at least slipped a little. Even before then, they have been struggling before even Abramovich left Chelsea. However, it is really shocking to know that if you look at the English Premier League table, Chelsea currently after 28 matches, right? Yeah. After 27 matches, I think they have a game at hand. After 27 matches, they are currently at 39 points and 11th on the table. Imagine a club that is 11th on the table, that second part of the table, are still having the highest fan base. And teams like Arsenal, Liverpool, and Manchester City that are the top three are having less fan base than it just shows you how attached these people are, and it is playing out whenever you have Chelsea playing against any other team, be it FA Cup, be it Carabao Cup or what it is, or friendly. You see a lot of people going out to watch. When you go to viewing center, you see a lot of people watching, and you still wonder how sometimes it beats my imagination. This is a club that is not doing well, and yet the fan base are still not. They are they are not relenting. They are still supporting Chelsea FC.
Okay, now before I ask you the main question of who is going to win the EPL according to the polls, let's see how these polls can impact in our football, because whether we like it or not, it is important. Whether we like it or not, the business football should be treated like a business, the way it is we see in Europe. How will this polls impact our football?
I just seriously hope and wish that the people at the Glass House get hold of this and other series of football polls that we've conducted in the past. But when you look at it, you find out that most of the most of the clubs are government-owned clubs. For instance, Enugu Rangers and Kano Pillars, they are owned by the government. So this is where the issue starts. For me as a person, I don't think government have any business owning any football club. If you remember, a couple of years ago, Andy Oba was able to sponsor his own club, and they did quite well initially. But then I think it was a struggle for him to keep on with this, with the business based on sponsorship and what have you. And of course, you do not. We also have to look at it holistically. How would you expect business to be in it when you know that there are no security in terms of securing the lives of the players, the officials, the officials, and other people that go to play. That will go either to play or watch football. We need to ensure that there are security across the country. And first off, government needs to take its hand off football. What business does a Kano state government or an Enugu state government have to do with football? You know, we don't need to be told about the bureaucratic bottleneck in government. Why extending it? Why adding football that is supposed to be a business? We have stadium, a couple of stadiums across the country. Look at I mentioned Abuja Stadium, Abuja National Stadium. We need to ensure that place goes, so that the activities there. There are activities there every Saturday, every weekend, Saturday, Sunday. Imagine the Nigerian Premier League picks up just like the English Premier League. Imagine the NFF, the Nigerian Football Federation, getting income out of football every weekend, every single weekend, just like it happens in Europe, in Europe, and especially in England. For me, England takes football serious, and it's a source of huge revenue for them. It's like oil reserve for the English people, and there's little or no influence of government in any of the club. I don't think Manchester United belongs to any government, is associated with any government government official, or what do you have it. But here, count how many teams in Nigeria that is owned by government.
A whole lot. A whole lot.
Some few years ago, I just tuned into my radio, and the next thing I heard on a sports radio that the Enugu state government, or is it Kano state government, sacked all the officials in their league. You can imagine that. You can imagine that. So, first off, government needs to take its hand off football. Let's make this football as juicy as we have good players. We have talented players. Look at what Nigerian players, Alex Iwobi and co, are doing. Alex Iwobi, Tai Awoniyi, Michael Olise, Frank Onyeka. Look at what these guys are doing in England. We can replicate. We even have people that play a lot more better than these guys that have not
in Nigeria here.
Yes, we have them here in Nigeria. It's just that they've not had the opportunity to showcase themselves.
This is not the first time we'll be looking at such issues. We've talked about it times without number, and it's good that this poll is being conducted by your center. That's talking about the NOI polls, and they've really done a lot. Now, when government is supposed to provide the enabling environment in terms of infrastructure, security, and others. Now, if you look at the Nigerian Premier Football League, we have 20 teams in that league, and only 2 or 3 are privately owned: Sporting Lagos, Remo Stars, and Doma United. Now, these are the 3 privately owned clubs in Nigerian league, the elite league that we have as we speak. So a lot, they use it as their political tools. Yes, where they appoint anyone they feel that is capable of running and anything, just carry it and just give. Like you said, it's going to be, it's a long rope for us. It's a tall building to climb, if you ask me, because government, I don't think they have that that opportunity to let it go off their hands because they know what they are using it for. It will take a government to say, okay, let's take this off our hands. Let's run a PPP, that's a private public partnership, and see how it can go. Because whether we like it or not, government has been at the helm of affairs since the inception of the league over 3 to 4 decades ago. Like we said, let's see how this pans out. But Chidi, you have to still hold on. Let's see how the fans will react to this. First of all, they'll have to tell me which league do they support. I know I've talked about this repeatedly on the show. One will tell you Nobi Stars. I know pocket of few who have been following the Nigerian league, but just for patriotism or if they are from that state. But it's not supposed to be so. If you love a club, go out and love the club. So we'll follow Eyimba because Eyimba have been there for a very long time. Whereas when they won the CAF Champions League in 2003, 2004, back to back under the governorship of Oji Uzo Kalu, it is still the same government that is still running the league. But now, Stanisha, Chidi, you just have to hold on. Let's see how we can open the phone lines and have the fans react to this. Yes, I'm a fans. I know you've heard all these. More of the percentage of Nigerians, adult Nigerians, they prefer to watch the English Premier League than the Nigerian Premier Football League. The phone lines are already buzzing. 090-7353-0044 or 090-8766-8888. SMS and WhatsApp to 090-9705-4450. I will give voices to those messages. Hello to you. Good morning.
Hello, brother. Good morning, sir.
Yes, good morning to you. Your name and where you calling from, please?
Yes, Dominic calling from Shafa.
Okay, Dominic, let's share your thought this morning. You've had the interview. You've had what Chidi and I will just discuss. Let's share your input.
Yes. Just like what you guys have discussed, nothing more than that. Just because of the friendly atmosphere that English Premier League are providing for us, the level environment, the entertainment, and everything. You cannot find that in Nigeria League. So, as you are not particularly that I'm supporting in Nigeria, but I'm a Chelsea fan in England. Because yes, the way they entertain us, the way they do their things, they run the administration of their football is quite different from Nigeria. Everything in Nigeria is full of politics and other things. It's not incited. So that is why people pay attention to English Premier League than the Nigerian League. So if, just like what the guy has said, if the Nigerian people can, the government can hand over it to private, so that around the institution of the football in Nigeria, you can see that things will change. In England, there is no any government involvement in any club. All clubs are being owned by individuals and are being run perfectly. That is why people support it. You understand?
Okay, so Dominic, which club do you represent? Do you follow in Nigeria?
Just like I said, I don't have a particular club in Nigeria, but I'm a Chelsea fan.
You're a Chelsea fan.
Understand?
Okay.
I'm a Chelsea fan.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm Dominic. I truly appreciate your call this morning. Hello to you. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Okay, I guess that person is not ready for me. Meanwhile, I have a message here on WhatsApp and it's saying, good morning, Vicky Vick. On low followership on the Nigerian League, I think the reason for a far-fetched from the fact that our local TV station and the NFF are making our marketing department is not doing enough publicity to win followership. Over 98% of Nigerians have to pay TV in their home, which hardly cover our local league matches for the Nigerian football fans to see and follow this league. Besides, the NFF and the Nigerian Television Authority need to create their own local sport TV station on internet because people can't support what they don't see. This was the reason why they have been begging you to help me with the email address of the NFF president and the marketing department. Let me intimate those in the glass house how to improve our local league, rebrand the Super Eagles as a brand to generate funds for the NFF. I'm still waiting for those emails. Thank you very much, Abbas, all the way from Dutse. Chidi, I don't know if you're still there. Let's bring you in concerning the two reactions that we've taken so far. Chidi.
Yeah, it's really sad. It's really sad that this is happening. We just look at every weekend we have this satellite TV that televises the English Premier League. How many weekends do we have? How many TV stations televises the Nigerian Premier League? I don't blame the last caller. You can't support what you don't see. At some point, one of the telecommunication giants actually supported the Nigerian Premier League, and at that point, I think I can't remember how many years ago. At that point, the viewership, they were actually televising the Nigerian Premier League, or during their play, and people were actually relating to the Nigerian Premier League. And at that time, we made a lot of noise about the Nigerian Premier League because we can actually view it. We can't be in a country where I know it's difficult. It's not having a television station is just not like waking up tomorrow and having a television station. But the NFF should have a local TV station where they can get sponsorship and air the Nigerian Premier League. We cannot actually relate to it when we don't watch the Nigerian Premier League. Now, if, for instance, this weekend there will be there's international break, right?
Exactly. Yes.
Next weekend, all over the satellite TV, what you see and viewing center, you've even seen adverts where they say that Chelsea is playing this or this is playing. Come and watch. Do you understand? How often have you seen that about Nigerian Premier League? How often? It's sad. It's something we need. Sad. So for people in the glass house, it's something that they need to make income out of. Imagine tickets being sold in all the stadium in Nigeria every weekend. You at least and have an interesting look at. What would you say and not say the other one? There are so many opportunities. In football. Football is a growing business. Should be a growing business in Nigeria.
Okay, let's take more calls. Hello to you. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Yes, sir, please. You need to turn down the audio level on your radio. Okay, let's go there now. Okay, Dab, let's go there.
You see, this topic you can bring this morning is a very nice topic. You know, so they say that their food we shall know them. By our name we shall know them. How many persons don't call to say they be lady star this, they be lady star set? We have blessing, tell of Chelsea, you have that man, you have many Chelsea men, how many persons, how many people that answer lady star this kind of just kind of Nigerian match that they give us joy. So we know the Nigerian match that they give me. If Nigeria have match with other country or other club side, we will leave our Nigerian match go and watch club side. Anything concern Nigerian match, then they can be killing. So that's why everybody choose to support Europe. If Nigeria starts to do good, start to show their match on TV every week, you know, say yes, we have our normally and I'm from the state, but I support.
Hello, Dab.
I said I support him, but even though I'm from the state, but I support him because I love the type of him that play back then because I was training them. If those people start in a good one, you will see me making match with them in
Okay.
Nigerian League, my brother. As I say, I'm at scam. I just see Nigerian League as scam.
Okay, thank you very much. Dab, hello to you. Good morning. Hello, good morning. Okay, I really don't know why this particular one. Please, if you can get through using that line, please switch to the other lines. Hello to you. Good morning. Yes, good morning to you, Dan Ambassador.
Good morning, sir.
Morning to you, my brother. Let's go there.
Your analyst, the guy, he told the truth. He told the whole thing about what is happening in this Nigeria football league. And concerning what mostly happened in this football league in this Nigeria, that you expected that this one to go away, you make sure that if you cannot win the match, you make it the draw. Anytime when Nigeria they play their league, you see that most of their players, we were that now they win the league. All those kind of these things, now they even make people Nigeria that are the fans that are not have interest to watch the ball. And the referee the matters most game. The matter the time that they away that go away to go away the match, you see that they don't get the penalty before you know na draw.
All those ones are things for someone to happen to our country, especially with our NFL. They're not doing well again. This match that Nigeria are playing, they're not able to us all this local TV to make sure that it even attract us at that they play ball in between Abuja or this national team in Abuja to go there and award the ball. You know, have interest in it. These are the things that people have most of our people.
Thank you very much, Dan Ambassador. I truly appreciate. Chidi, let me still bring you back on. Let's look at the geographical location of Nigeria and 36 states, and including the Federal Capital Territory. And I don't know what you think about if eventually we're going to give an opinion or probably a solution to the government, since we're still talking generally. Looking at teams from the south going to play teams in the north, and looking at the teams in the north coming to play teams in the south. Middle belt seems to be the center, which is okay, which is fine. But what do you think? Especially most of the players are on the road. The last season it was an abridged league. Yes, where they were able to arrange the teams in Group A and Group B, and I think it went well. But this time it's a full league, not an abridged league. 38 matches must be played, and you must play home and away. What would you make of those teams going from the far to the north? And because I always think about that. Look at the cost of flights. Not everyone wants to afford flights. Some have to go on the road. 2 days they are on the road, going to either far north or coming far south.
So I think these are the in terms of business angle, these are the little revenue that a club would actually get for, assuming it's all in terms of it's not government owned. So imagine our Premier League is as good as that of the English Premier, or even not as good as in close to. If a Canopilla, for instance, is going to say play in Rivers State, they should have had substantial amount of money up from fans who come to the club, who come to the stadium to watch football. So those are the things, those are the little revenue that they are supposed. So, for instance, let me take for instance now. There's a game between maybe Canopillas and Enugu Rangers, for instance, in National Stadium in Abuja. So when they sell those tickets. It goes to the government coffers. It's supposed to go back to
the club.
It's supposed to go, yes, so that it is used. Those money are used for the logistics of the club. Now, it's sad that when maybe for instance, Enugu Rangers have a match against Canopillas on Saturday, they now have to travel maybe Wednesday. It's that travel time is not a joke. It has impact on. And when you get to Kano, another issue is that are you sure you want to win in Kano? If you win in Kano, are you sure you want to take the resultant effect of winning in Kano in terms of security? The football legalism in some states, it's really not. It's nothing to write home about, and we need to take that serious. A player, the clubs need to generate money. That's why I keep saying the government have no business in football. They should ensure that this thing goes to private partnership. Okay. This is the starting point.
Okay, let's see if we can still squeeze in one or two more calls. The four are really buzzing. Hello to you. Good morning.
Vicky, good morning.
Morning to you. Your name, where are you calling from, please?
This is Micah, the young Barcelona, calling from Kutinguru.
Okay, Micah, let's go there.
Honestly, I want to commend your guest this morning. You really speak well. You speak down to the way layman we can understand where he's heading to. This is the avenue that our politicians are supposed to and unite this country. When we talk of it in terms of football, football is no recognized Muslim in Christian. We are all doing things together. So this is the avenue that our country, that our position is going to use it and unite with our country. And I'm using the opportunity and advise the executive governor of Kaduna State to use this movement saying Kaduna United the relegation. Since then, I never even heard them today. And then that is the only club that is supporting them in Nigeria. But since then, I never heard about them. So please, I want to use this medium to encourage the executive governor to put more effort on the step in Kaduna State. Thank you, my brother.
Okay, thank you very much. I truly appreciate Micah. He's making reference to Kaduna State. Yes, I remember Kaduna States of those days where you have Ranchers Bees of Kaduna. They were playing in the top flight. They were later changed to Kaduna United. But as we speak, they are playing in the NNL. That's looking at our own championship, the Nigerian National League. Okay, so far so good. Time is really not our friend. Chidi, I don't know what... I don't know how this will be because we've been talking about this not today, not last year, not last 2 years, and it's good to really bring this back again and see how our sports can be treated as a business. Yes, our own football can be treated as business so that we can handle it. It can also serve as a source of revenue for the federal government. If we really want to do, because we have the manpower, we have the infrastructure, we have everything in place for us to take this as business. But let's see how it pans out. I don't know what your last words will be before I drop the mic this morning.
Yeah, my last words should actually go to the players in the football fields, football federation in Nigeria, the NFF, those in Glass House. I think it's time. They're not just there to... One of the reasons, one of the things they should be looking at is how to make the Nigerian Premier League as juicy as the English Premier League. It will favor every single person. Nigeria is a country. We have the human resources. Remember the last game that was played in the national stadium? It was Nigeria against Ghana, if I'm correct.
Yes,
I remember.
Yes, we lost the tickets.
Did you see the crowd? We could not even contain. The tickets were not even enough for people to come in. The crowd. Did you see the number of people that trooped to the national stadium? This should give them an insight, as in an insight of what will happen if football becomes as juicy as that in Europe.
Okay, I don't know. We will keep screaming, we'll keep shouting, and we'll keep calling on the federal government to do the needful and see how they can bring this. The NFF, I think they have a major role to play in all this. But let's see how it pans out. Really appreciate you, Chidi, this morning as we've looked at the polls that NOI polls have conducted and to really bring to light, opening our eyes to what's happening in football here in Nigeria. Now, according to the poll, Chidi, before I let you go, who will win the English Premier League? Arsenal is on top of the table, just goal difference separating Arsenal and Liverpool. Much everybody's looking at in third position, but Chelsea and the likes of Man United are in distance 11 and general position. But according to the polls, who do you think will win the English Premier League?
It is really interesting. you remember when we asked about fan base, we had Chelsea as the highest.
Yeah.
And it's good to know that those Chelsea fans are actually aware of the real deal here. They know that he and Arsenal, they're actually the top three at the moment. Liverpool, Arsenal is at because of the goal difference at 64, followed by Liverpool at 64 too because of goal difference, and then we have Man City third at 63. So the league is still open to the three teams, though Nigerians are rooting for Liverpool to win the English Premier League, though despite the fact that we have a larger fan base of Chelsea FC has a larger fan base in terms of English Premier League. So I think we should give a credit to Chelsea fans who are actually understand team not going anywhere when we look at the who will win the trophy for the 2020. All right. Thank you very much, Father.
Okay, thank you very much. That was Chidi, who happens to be the head NOI polls in terms of yes, they actually conducted this polls. That's Chidi Akubwe, head polling center of NOI polls. Yes, they actually did this poll and they've actually presented to us what is out there. But meanwhile, let's see if we can squeeze in more calls. They are coming up, and before I actually leave the studios, hello to you, good morning. Let's do this quickly.
Hello, good morning, Vicky.
Okay, good morning to you.
My name is Darlington. I'm calling you.
Okay, let's go there, Darlington.
Yeah, I totally agree 100% with your guest.
Okay.
Yeah, I followed Nigerian football. My about the pitch and the way the system of the game is quite unfortunate. So, concerning English Premier League, your guest just said everything 100%. If you are in Nigeria, whenever Chelsea is playing football, once you go there, you see fans upon their team. Their team is not even doing well. They are not doing well, but they have one of the highest fans so far. Whenever Chelsea win Premier League or Champions League, based on my area, you see people kill cow and including go to church, go and see fans when they are doing Thanksgiving.
Okay, thank you very much, Darlington.
And again, we have up to 3 Nigerian players in their squad now. So let's just cut it off because the time is against.
Time is really truly against us. Thank you very much, Darlington from Barrister Sunday all the way from Dakwa. Good morning, Vicky Vick. 2 weeks ago, I traveled to Ondo State. While coming back at Obajana Junction, I saw a long coastal bus of Plateau United returning from the match against Kwara United. The players were looking pale and exhausted. Traveling on a long distance like that is suicidal. And guess what? I checked the match fixtures and I saw that they equally had a match in 2 days' time away. These players can't give their best under such condition. These and many more reasons are why Nigerian League is not a delight to watch. Well, it was just because of time I had to start squeezing in most of these calls because of time. Let's see if we can squeeze in this one. It came in earlier. Good morning to you. Oh God.
This is Mr. Sunday Okunola.
Okay, Mr.
I want to contribute concerning the Finidi George and Amonike issue. I don't know why people are looking down on Finidi Church.
Okay, I think this should be a wrong one. Let's take this one now.
My name is Coach Sunday from Maraba.
Okay, Coach Sunday.
The statistic of the teams that is more watch and more love in England. The reason why Chelsea has more percentage, apart from being using the black players, I want to believe that influence of coach also matters. The reason why Chelsea is having many percentage today is because of the influence of Jose Mourinho. Jose Mourinho came to Chelsea, and because of his charisma and character, he was so loved by many African supporters because he's a man who believes in African players. So influence matters. Despite the fact Man City have won the league in over 4 to 5 to 6 years, the percentage is 7%. That's to say, in Africa, Pep doesn't have much influence because check Chelsea from the beginning from 2004 up to the time he left Chelsea and even up to the time he went and came back again.
Okay, I have to leave it that way. Good morning, Vicky Vick. Please, which state is Lobby Stars? Lobby Stars is from Benue State. Yes, Lobby Stars from Benue State. They actually play at the Aparaku Stadium in Makurdi, but because of the state of the pitch, they were asked to play their home game at the Lafia Township Stadium in Nasarawa State. So Lobby Stars is from Makurdi, Benue State. That's a wrap on the show this morning. I'm sorry I can't take more calls. A lot of those calls are coming in. Hopefully we can see how we can squeeze in what we've discussed today in tomorrow's show, and let's see how it pans out. Massive thanks to everyone who has made contribution. Truly appreciate. And also massive thanks to Mr. Chidi himself, Akwebe, who happens to be the head of the polling center there on NOI polls. On the flip side is Eagles Outlook, and I still remain the sport minister on radio, Vicky Vick. Sit somebody close to you and not far away. You are blessed. Adios.